Oh golly, killed by her own boyfriend. Wow, Hannah. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, this is Hannah Wright. You may be thinking to yourself, seriously, Hannah? Yet another pointless top 10 video? You must have run out of ideas. Well, you'll be speaking facts, because yes, this is another pointless top 10 video. This time, it will be about my top 10 favorite English dubbed anime. Anyone who has known me for 5 seconds already knows that when it comes to anime, I prefer dubs over subs. Heck, if I wasn't into dubs, I wouldn't have become an aspiring voice actress. Over the years of me becoming a weeb, I have watched several anime dubs. I would never, ever intentionally miss out on a dub. If a dub of an anime exists, I would always watch it dubbed. No exceptions. Not even if the sub is more popular, not even if the dub is objectively bad. Anyways, onto the topic at hand. My top 10 favorite English dubbed anime. Please note that the anime that will be listed will be anime that I have personally watched myself. So, there won't be any obvious choices for splendid dubs, like Cowboy Bebop or Full Metal Alchemist. While everyone else praises those anime for having amazing dubs, I personally have not seen those anime before. Also, I'll be leaving out dubs for anime based on video games, as that will be a video for the future. On to the top 10 list. Also, I'm very sorry if I butchered the pronunciations of the names of the voice actors. Anyways, let's go. Number 10, Clannad. Starring David Matranga as Tomoya and Lucy Christian as Nagisa. I have quite a few interesting memories with Clannad. For example, Tomoya was my second ever anime crush, the first one being Konata's dad from Lucky Star. Also, I watched After Story first, then the first season, which I probably wasn't supposed to do. Sorry, fellow weebs. Anyways, this dub is extremely underrated, especially since most of my friends who love Clannad don't like its dub, and I really don't see why it's disliked. The funny parts always made me laugh, and the emotional parts always hit me like a train. It's a masterpiece. This anime was dubbed by Sentai Filmworks. Number 9, Violet Evergarden. Starring Erica Harlacher as the titular character, and on top of it having my favoriteest anime opening of all time, it also has a splendid dub as well. The setting takes place outside of Japan, in a time where not very many people can read or write. People would turn to the auto memories dolls to write letters to their loved ones. This anime is very heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time, and the dub just makes it even more heartwarming and sad. This anime was dubbed by Netflix. Number 8, Cells at Work. Starring Jeremy Lee as Red Blood Cell and Billy Kometz, the voice of Josuke and Ferdinand von Aegir as White Blood Cell. You may be thinking, what? Cells at Work has a dub? Yes, it does. And you can watch it on Netflix right now. Anyways, the Cells at Work dub is a masterpiece, and I am so glad I chose to watch the dub when it came out. The dub was very informative and educational, and I think it would work well in a high school or college classroom. Also, I love the dub so much, I bought the opening on Google Play. This anime was dubbed by Aniplex America. Number 7, My Hero Academia. Starring Justin Brenner as Deku, J. Michael Tatum as Tenya, and Lucy Christian as Ochako, I think the theme of My Hero Academia is already fitting for it to have a dub. The United States loves superheroes. That's why Marvel and DC are very well known and thriving. I think because of My Hero Academia's dub, that's why it's extremely popular among young teenagers. Okay, I admit it. The actual reason I got into My Hero Academia in the first place is because of an upcoming show on PBS Kids called Hero Elementary, and for some reason, it gives me the same vibes as My Hero Academia, and that's why I started watching it in the first place. This anime was dubbed by Funimation. Number 6, Brothers Conflict. Yeah, I did watch it subbed at first, but when I found out it had a dub later on in my weeb life, I immediately rewatched it. And I gotta say that the voices are music to my ears. Also, the dub of Brothers Conflict is the reason that Emma Hinata is my waifu. And not just that, but a lot of the voice actors who voiced in this anime helped sweeten my opinions on the guys as well. One example I can think of is that when I first watched the anime, I didn't care about Azusa. But thanks to Josh Greeley's portrayal of him, he's now my third favorite guy in the anime. This anime was dubbed by Funimation. Number 5, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Starring Wendy Lee as Haruhi and Crispin Freeman as Kyon, the Haruhi Suzumiya dub cannot be skipped. For some weird reason, to me, the English dub just feels like the original. It doesn't feel like a dub at all. I don't get that feeling very much, even though I'm a huge dub-loving weeaboo. It's probably because I watched a tiny bit of the dub as a kid, not knowing that it even is a dub. Also, Mikuru's voice developed my big sister instincts. This anime was dubbed by Bandai Entertainment and is currently licensed by Funimation. Number 4, Black Butler. Starring Brina Palencia as CL and J. Michael Tatum as Sebastian, the Black Butler dub is very fitting for the setting, which is Victorian England. I highly doubt a majority of the characters would even remotely know Japanese, except for Tanaka, but that's because he's the only confirmed Japanese character in the entire anime. And as a half-British person myself, the accents are very pleasing to listen to. Why do people hate this dub? I don't get it. The anime was dubbed by Funimation. Number 3, Futari wa Pretty-Cure. Starring Rocio Barahona as Nagisa and Michelle Molyneux as Harunoka, the English dub of Futari wa Pretty-Cure is one of the most amazing things I've ever come across. As someone who loves both Pretty-Cure and English dubs, I give this dub the Hannah Wright seal of approval. Anyways, the Futari wa Pretty-Cure dub is probably the most faithful Pretty-Cure dub. The only change that I remember the dub making are the names of the characters. But the names of the characters don't faze me, especially since Honoka's name in the dub is also Hannah! How awesome is that? This anime was dubbed by Ocean Studios. Number 2, Lucky Star. Starring Wendy Lee as Konata Izumi, Kari Walgren as Kagami, Michelle Ruff as Tsukasa, and Karen Strassman as Miyuki, this may be my childhood nostalgia speaking, but I am extremely thankful for this dub, because it basically shaped me into who I am today. Lucky Star was my gateway anime into becoming the dub-loving weeb today. I was around 12 years old. During my fall vacation, like what my mom usually did, she took my brother to her boyfriend at the time's house. Usually I would go along, but this time I refused. That reason being, I was a brat. But while my mom was gone, I decided to watch Lucky Star, and it was one of the best decisions I have made in my entire life. This anime was dubbed by Bandai Entertainment, and it is currently licensed by Funimation. Before we get to the number 1 spot, here are some honorable mentions. Squid Girl, K-On!, and the quintessential quintuplets. Now, on to the number 1 spot. Number 1, Hetalia Axis Powers. Starring Todd Haberkorn as Italy, Patrick Seitz as Germany, and Christopher Bevins as Japan, this anime was my most favorite anime ever when I was 13. I hold the Hetalia dub up as being the best anime dub I had ever watched. The reason I speak so positively about this dub is because of 3 important elements: the setting, the accents, and the comedy. While the setting does not take place in a specific area, the diversity of the characters and the fact that they all represent countries should be a good hint that it doesn't take place in Japan. The English dub works best because English is the most internationally used language in the world. Every single country, even if it's not its primary language, uses English in some way, shape, or form. Heck, I can't even name a single Japanese song that doesn't include at least one English word in its lyrics. So, it would make more sense for the characters, who represent countries, to speak English instead of Japanese. Speaking of which, the dub is also amazing because of the accents. Every single character in the dub has their country's accent. Like what I said before, with English being the most international language, Foreign accents obviously work better in English than in Japanese. The third and final reason is because of the comedy. Hetalia is a comedy anime, not meant to be taken seriously, and it really didn't take itself seriously. When my brother and I watched the Hetalia anime when we were younger, we both laughed our heads off to every single episode we watched together. Is that why it had a huge fan base back in the early 2010s? Probably. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I have given you some new anime dubs to watch during quarantine. Stay safe, stay home unless absolutely necessary, and wash your hands. I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!